Sila ay takot sa kanilang ginagawa mismo. Hindi po yan gagawa ng Senado na mag-impluensya ng resource person. Never pa nangyari yan na mayroong pumunta doon sa baba, tinakot yung nakakulong, contempt, cited in contempt na resource person. Gawain nila yan sa House of Representatives.
Will request it. But hindi naman po alam ng tao na ang request ay formal eh. And again, hindi ko na question yung kagabi. But all over the news and live, yun po ang lumalabas. Yung witness ang nagdidikta na wag niyo ako ibalik sa Senate. Ano ba experience niya dito? Ano ba ang ginawa natin sa kanya? Di ba?
Wag siyang ibalik sa Senate for detention. Pero
Yes.
we will never allow that he not be brought here back.
Agree, Mr. President.
As a matter of fact, if you move for for him to be returned here, we will return him right away.
Agree, Mr. President. Ang problema kasi gives the impression na pag dito, mapre-pressure or may kakausap sa kanya eh. Yun yung impression ngayon eh. Which I think is unfair to all of us. I'd love for him to name senators here para ma-confront natin na siya. But anyway, Mr. President,
Yes,
I think we
okay.
vented the, I don't know the pleasure of my colleagues. So may I yield to
Okay.
Senator
So
Marcoleta?
just to ventilate more on what the minority leader was saying, let me just place on record so that the public will know. You know, we have Section 6C of the rules of the Blue Ribbon Committee. It's very clear. It says a witness cited in contempt may be ordered to be detained in such place as may be designated by the committee alone or with the concurrence of the Senate President. Or either.
Just on the rules. We've done this already in the past, and we have not deviated from the rules. But if our good colleagues would like to discuss this further, maybe in a caucus, after the speeches, we could have a caucus and discuss, Mr. President, if we want him back here or we would keep him in the PNP Custodial Center.
Yes,
so that we can continue with the debates.
Well, yeah, we'll continue with that. But before I recognize Senator De La Rosa or Senator Marcoleta, again, for the concern of the minority leader, the People's or the Independent Commission that is being created, we leave it up to the executive. That's their problem. But in the Senate, I have filed since August 16 the Independent People's Commission. Perhaps your concern can be addressed in our own bill. I hope very soon we will be conducting a hearing on the matter.
Yeah, both, Mr. President, because if you remember, during the time of Ferdinand Marcos Sr., there were independent commissions. And the opposition, and we are the new opposition here,
Yes.
advocated that. But I am studying your bill and I thank you for filing it, Mr.
We
President.
can include that. We can include that. And this bill will be a lot better than the executive order because the executive order can be shut down by the Supreme Court. But especially Section 4 of the proposed executive order. But in Section 4 of the Independent People's Commission, we are practically addressing that already right there in the bill. All right, thank you. Senator, are you giving way? Senator
you, Mr.
Marcoleta is recognized.
May I have the permission, Mr. President, to read your letter addressed to the House Infrastructure Committee dated September 8, 2025. This is to formally approve your request for Mr. Brice Hernandez to attend your hearing tomorrow, September 9, 2025, 9 a.m. at the People's Center House of Representatives. We expect that he be returned safely immediately after the said hearing to the Senate. So this is very categorical, Mr. President. Their request that he be called for hearing in the House of Representatives was conditioned upon his safely return to the Senate. There is no need for a motion, Mr. President. I was still the chairman of Blue Ribbon Committee at the time, and it was very clear that we committed him to the custody of our Sergeant at Arms. not in Quezon City, not anybody else. And so, as already asked by Senator Alan, we are not supposed to change the rule. I move, Mr. President, that he be back immediately to the custody of the Senate, not only because this is the condition that you gave them, but more importantly, in order to erase the perception that if he is here in the Senate, he is not safe. I will reject the idea that if he returns in the Senate, manganganib ang buhay niya. It is as if that we are giving credence to his statement, which I believe is not true, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr. President, with due respect to our colleague, Senator Marcoleta, there was an intervention. Actually, he was supposed to come back to the Senate, but the Speaker of the House had intervened and asked if he can be kept in the House, which you did not agree. And
Yes.
you said that we will put him in the PNP Custodial Center under the custody still of OSA and the Senate.
Legal custody of the
Yes.
Senate.
So
Still.
when he wrote the letter, Your Honor, wala pang intervention. So walang kasalanan dyan si Senate President. He was going to bring him in, but we are not bending any rule.
But the
because the Senate
request-
President already has said the rule.
Mr.
which
President,
allows
the
us-
request of the Speaker of the House of Representatives is inconsequential here. Legal or otherwise, the custody must be here. They are only asking us to lend him to their committee. The legal custody is still acquired by the Senate. And then the committee was the one who ordered him to be legally detained in the custody of the Senate. The committee was the one who did that, not the Speaker of the House of Representatives. He could request that, but we are sorry to deny that
Maybe,
because
Mr.
the
President,
legal custody,
Mr. President, yeah.
legal or physical, is still with the Senate.
Mr. President, I
Yes.
think the points raised by Senator Marcoleta are valid. I think at that time, the witness had no fear of his life, but now he has fear of his life. We will guarantee that he's safe, even if he's in the Senate. No, that's why we're guaranteeing his safety if he's here in the Senate. But let's also be transparent, Your Honor, because I think the question there is, kung meron bang mag-iimpluwensya pa sa kanya.
That
Diba?
was the point of the
Later on.
minority leader.
Correct.
There might be a perception that if he is here, he might be influenced by someone. That is also
Correct, Mr. President.
the minority leader made mention of that.
And that's why I believe the Senate President made that decision to keep him in a neutral area, which is the PNP Custodial Center. But then again, Mr. President, we're a deliberative body. If the body would wish him back here to the Senate, then we can discuss it further.
Mr. President, just a quick intervention.
Go ahead, Senator Lacson.
I would like to echo the earlier manifestation of the majority leader. Yung letter po ng ating Senate President was valid before the intervening event occurred. So we cannot invoke the letter of the Senate President kasi wala pa yung intervening event na mayroong request from the Speaker of the House. And the Senate President, you know, using his own wisdom, granted the request, but we are not given, or we have not given the legal custody of Brice Hernandez to the House. We still maintain or retain the legal custody over his person. And as I mentioned earlier, kung kailangan siya ng House, they will have to seek permission from the Senate President.
Again, yes, they are not in
Thank you,
custody.
Mr. President.
Yes, Senator
Mr.
De La Rosa,
President.
yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
You know,
Let Senator De La Rosa speak first. Go ahead.
we have a very sad experience, Mr. President. Because if the reason why the Speaker requested for Brice Hernandez to be detained not in the Senate because for fear of being influenced by anybody or any member of the Senate, alam mo, Mr. President, Colonel Grijaldo nag-testify dito sa ating committee about the wrongdoings of the members of the Quadcom. Nagsumbong siya dito, Mr. President. And after he read his statement, sabi niya sa amin, Sir, can I be protected by the Senate? Dahil alam kong pinag-initan ako ngayon ng House. So, I share the information to the committee and even to the leadership of the Senate. But the following day, or the days after, he was required to appear before the Quadcom, and he was cited in contempt. Nang siya ay na-contempt, kinulong siya doon. At nang kinulong siya doon, look what happened. Binubombard siya doon, pinupuntahan siya doon at sinasabihan na huwag yung gusto namin na mangyari, gawin mo na para makalabas ka na dito sa kulungan. Hindi nag-give in si Colonel Grijaldo. Kinulong siya hanggang natapos ang 19th Congress. So, Mr. President, sila ay takot sa kanilang ginagawa mismo. Hindi po yan gagawain ng Senado na mag-impluensya ng resource person. Never pa nangyari yan na mayroong pumunta doon sa baba, tinakot yung nakakulong, contempt, cited in contempt na resource person. Gawain nila yan sa House of Representatives. Ginawa nila kay Colonel Grijaldo. Kaya huwag tayong basta-basta bumigay sa kanila dahil we should be independent from them, Mr. President. Hindi natin sila dapat sundin kung anong kagustuhan nila. We have to stand on our own. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
Yes, Senator Marcoleta.
noong pong September 8, 2025, ako pa rin po ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Ang Blue Ribbon Committee po ang nag-approve ng legal and physical custody nung ma-cite in contempt si Brice Hernandez. Nung makiusap po ang Speaker ng House of Representatives sa inyo, di po ba dapat nakonsulta naman ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee? Dahil kami po, ginawa namin yon through the collective wisdom of the committee. Hindi po namin gawa-gawa yon. Kaya lang namin siya sinite in contempt sapagkat halos ipamukha na namin sa kanya ang mga datos. Ibinigay ko na sa kanya ang lahat ng ipinanalo at ipinatalo niya sa kasino. Pati yung ginagamit niyang dalawang ID na galing sa LTO, ayaw pa niyang aminin. Ganun po yung nangyari. Gusto lamang namin siyang turuan ng leksyon para sa ganun kahit papano baka maisip niya na dapat sana mapahiya na siya sa sarili niya kung meron pa siyang kahihiyan. Dapat naman sana nung siya'y mag-request ngayon sa House of Representatives, hindi po sa kanya dapat manggaling ang request kung saan siya magko-custody. Ang custody po yung natapos na. Nagsalita na po ang Blue Ribbon Committee. Bakit po hindi man lang nakonsulta ang Blue Ribbon Committee? Bakit kailangan po ang House of Representatives Speaker ang mananaig sa kanyang request? Kalabisan na po ba ang Blue Ribbon Committee noong araw na yon, Mr. President?
May I be clarified on what date that transpired? Yesterday or
September 8 po.
Monday?
Yes, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Monday was the hearing here in this Senate. Monday he was cited in contempt.
Yeah.
But the hearing in the House was on Tuesday, September 9.
Yes,
And as,
Tuesday. So in the evening,
Opo.
when yesterday, no. So in the evening, when the speaker called me, Senator Marcoleta was no longer chairman of the Blue Ribbon.
No more, because we had already elected
It was
Senator
already Senator Lacson.
Lacson, yes.
Ibig bang sabihin po, Mr. President, nawawala ng visa yung ginawa namin?
Hindi. He's
Ganun po pala.
He's still in legal custody.
Dapat po,
Therefore,
igagalang po kung ano yung aming iniwan.
yes,
Doon tayo magsisimula.
Ang iniwan ninyo, cite in contempt.
Hindi
And
po.
legal
Nasa
custody
legal
of the
custody
Senate.
na po ng,
He was
ng
still
House.
under the legal
ng,
custody of
ng
the Senate.
Mr. President, may I ask for a minute suspension?
Session suspended.
September, hindi na ako yung chairman. Hindi was still chairman. Hindi ka. Ang sinasabi ko lang, halimbawa, kung hindi na ako ikaw na kinusulta ka ba, yun ang gusto ko lang. Hindi yung speaker, mas gusto ko ikaw ang kinusulta. Hindi kasi ako yung kasama yung hindi na yung contempt ang binabugan. Dito kasi gusto natin dito. Ngayon, hinirap siya, umayag na tayo. Pero ang kanyang kondisyon na binigay, so immediately after the hearing, September 8 yung ano. September 8 ang sulat. Kaya nga, pero yung condition mo September 8. Ibalik mo ba ito in the Senate, hindi sa PNP?
Oo nga, papalik dito.
Pero kinonsulta nga, alam mo, ikaw na ang ano na bro, kinonsulta ba? Yun nga yung voice ng wala. Ang kinonsulta kasi yung speaker eh.
Hindi, walang kinukonsulta ko. Ako, walang kinukonsulta.
Hindi nga nag-request nga si speaker.
Si speaker. O, di ako nag-desisyon.
Tapos naman
Konsulta yung sinasabi mo, sinukonsulta ko. Hindi kailangan nga eh. Ay, hindi ko bawal ito.
Naintindihan ko yun. Pero yung consultation is important because yung Senate custody nandito, yat yun ang condition ng pinigil. But that was the condition that you gave. Senate.
Kaya nga, pero kung ibinabalik na focus on nangyayari sa focus yung pipili. Ano ba gusto mo ibalik dito? Nangyayari sa focus yung pipili. Ano ba gusto mo ibalik dito? Nangyayari sa focus yung pipili. Ano ba gusto mo ibalik dito?